Hello everyone, this is xBIGALSKIx,
And GTB.
and this is Phase 4, Captivating Goddess, Ninja Gaiden Black, Mission Mode Master Ninja. This and, well, CG4, or this is CG4, CG5 and CG1 are probably my least favorites. I know a lot of guys do. I think there I just restarted. It's like, man, if I got a blue and can't get some points out of it, I'm going to start over. Because, not only is that worth 5,000, but on Master Ninja, it's worth 12,500. So, I'm going to go ahead and take a chance. Again, just some bad stuff, not paying attention.
I wish you'd left that in, though, because, God, that hurts on Master Ninja. It does
That's
like
the reason
80%.
I didn't leave it in there, because it hurts.
It does so much damage. But I love this mission. God,
Look at
it's so
this.
much fun.
When my gleaming blade didn't hit anything and I landed, I kind of had that recovery frames, and they come over and start hitting me and try to roll out of there. Sometimes it's like, okay, this is just what's going to happen. But I know I remember when we were playing with Jason and Preet, they were like, just go ahead and finish it out. And, I would just do that right there. Let me just start over. And so, I hurt myself. And maybe that's some good advice for the next, just play it out until you die.
Yeah. What's that saying about, failures and...
Right,
you learn more from them. So there's some really, wise saying there that I can't remember. God, that hurts. I was like, oh.
That's the reason I restarted, because
so
a lot of
damage.
it's me being stupid. And it's like, man, I hate having to play through this with me being stupid. It's almost like a fresh perspective on playing it. I know it's doesn't make any sense. But again, when you're trying to get it on video, you get frustrated with this stuff too. Actually, surprised I didn't collect that essence. It took that long. Again, power through. That stuff's just going to happen right there.
Mm-hmm. Tranquility is a really good armlet to have on there if you're just playing to get through the mission. It's not a huge deal. It's not like you're getting chunks of health back. But if you can just kill the minions off and just buy yourself some time. Fortunately, Nicchae tends to be more up close versus projectiles, and she's fairly straightforward to avoid as long as there's no minions around. So Tranquility is a good way to just get yourself a little bit more health.
Now on that one right there, I tried to counterattack and it didn't counterattack, so I messed that up, and that's the reason why it just looked like I was just standing there, but I missed my counterattacks. So I think, and for me, this stuff happens so fast for me these days that don't be afraid if you have to. See, again, just bad mistakes, not paying attention, but. To me, if you have to wall run to reorient yourself, do it. Or at least that's my opinion. That may not be some of the other players. Look at that. That ET actually connected on her, but didn't knock her down.
Yeah, it's unfortunate that you can't get that really consistency, because again, you don't really see it until you've done it a lot. But the ET's hitbox on the True Dragon Sword and the Kitetsu as well, the vertical hitbox is actually huge. It doesn't look it because it's just a horizontal kind of based attack. But you'll see it often if enemies like jump into your ET, you'll hit them at the peak of their jump, even though they're 4 or 5 feet above where your actual weapon is.
Actually, it's like, okay, I know I thought I was going to have some essence out there. I thought I thought I'd done a lot more damage where I'd kill some people. What messed me up there is I should have, after I knocked her down and ET'd through her, before I went into the menu, I should have went ahead and did my gleaming blade. And then, I actually kind of messed myself up. I think I learned from that, I think.
One thing as well on that subject, we mentioned it a lot, but you'll notice the karma window is actually on by default for mission mode, and keeping that on is huge for instances like that where you think, oh, have I got any essence? Look at you and pay attention to your kill count. Did you kill something? If not, you haven't got any essence, because in mission mode, when the bosses kill their minions, it doesn't count. So you might look at that and think, oh, cool, they killed, that minion's dead. But if your kill counter didn't go up, you're not the one that killed it, so you haven't got any essence coming.
Right, and then that last one right there, again, I missed my input, and it just all went to hell from there.
It's funny, the damage isn't really noticeable. That beam attack right there, the health you're on, fairly certain that would have killed you. I mean, you can, of course, go into the item screen, like, halfway through that attack, between the second and third hit, but, you know, you don't really want to do that if you can avoid it. But again, it's just the amount of damage she does on Mission Mode.
I was just like, man, I just couldn't get the timing down on that. But when they throw the skulls, whenever you jump on the wall to run up, don't immediately press Y. You can run up a few steps, so use that to your advantage.
Delay also, again, it would depend on where she does it from, but you can also delay the bird flip too, so you can let it play out. You know, like do your arc. If you imagine the arc of, you know, like a semicircle, you can do it when you're kind of past the peak and on your way down, and then do your wall attack, and you know you'll still be able to get over the skulls. It just depends on when, you know, where you are in relation to her. Like
now, I don't know if people noticed, it looked like I kind of jumped back towards her, but I wasn't trying to jump back towards her. I was trying to actually jump away, so we were talking about that. If she had tried to scoot me there, you know, she would have definitely have picked me up there. And for some reason, I always get so close to the wall when I try to get away from that. See? You know, so...
that was unlucky.
I hate watching this sometimes. It brings back these old memories, but
that's just unlucky though. If she'd have done any other attack other than that there, again, she's got that same thing Awakened Alma's got. You know when you hit her when they're airborne, that little like they just kind of stagger like ow. That hurt.
Like I said, it moves so fast. You know, sometimes you just have to wall run. I like using the ETs and UTs, and you know, all that stuff really helps.
One thing as well, I mean, as you mentioned, the environment in this, it does, you know, you are kind of boxed in.
Watch this, watch. I pick them up.
Oh yeah, I love this. It's funny, you know, when that happens. I guess it makes sense, I suppose, with karma runs and that. But you know, when that happens, I just look at the combo counter because I love seeing it go up like 2 every time. You know, it's like 2, 4, 6, 8, and then you go to the next one. And every now and then on like Path of the Master Ninja 4, you'll get 3 guys in that UT, and it's just so satisfying to see all 3 of them. You know,
I reset because I knew what was fixing to happen.
Yeah,
I didn't want to see it. But again, a lot of it is, you know, a missed input.
I just thought it's NG2. They put that part of that UT on the Gleaming Blade, didn't they? He does the Gleaming Blade, and then when he lifts them up, you do the Flying Swallows.
I'm
pretty sure I'm like, yeah, that's an NG. I remember the first time I saw that in NG2, I just thought, that's so cool. You know, that they put the True Dragon Sword UT in there, like in a way, in the first game.
Right. Yeah, they had some really cool strings that you could lead into. I was never good at that.
Yeah, that's one of the things I do miss from NG2. There's one in particular. It's a XXY forward Y. That string is amazing, and I really miss that string in NGB. It's such a good move. The XX like forward XY is also a really good string in NG2. And again, you don't have to
away. You know, if you could do the little rotate 360, not a full Gleaming Blade. But, I mean, that usually knocks her down whenever she's trying to kick at you. It's just, again, it happens so fast. God.
Yeah, you can use rotate. Yeah, you can use that. The only downside with it is it hasn't got armor, whereas Haste Straight Slash has. So if she does like that double kick, because of the armor, you only get hit once. Whereas if you do the rotate Y and she does the double kicks, you're absolutely going to get nailed by both, and that does a lot of damage.
I had a run. It was pretty cool. That I just kind of kept her in the corner there, kind of doing some Gleaming Blades, and it almost really just kept her going, or kept her knocked down. And they came up and kind of interrupted me, but it would have been really fun to see. There I go. Again, I didn't mean to jump that way; it just turned that way. But it'd been really cool if I could just stood there in the corner and just kept kind of Gleaming Blade her, because that last hit of the Gleaming Blade, when it goes up, it actually knocked her back down again. But the imps,
you can do a similar thing on Awakened Downward. Surprised they don't actually give you Black Cat beats here. Thinking about it. It's like small mercies, but
yeah. Wait a minute.
Yeah.
But see, all that stuff is just so crazy for me. I mean, I try to run around and get all this stuff. I mean, it's like, man, this is all I know how to do is wall jump until it settles down. It's just so confusing for me now.
You can just navigate around the environment, kind of in a circle. But it is hard to do though. Like you really do need to be able to time your jumps. But you know, if you're new to it, like just stick with wall attacks. With that.
So I think I beat it a couple times, but again, just absorbing that essence, not doing what I wanted to do, not changing over to the celerity. You know, little things like that, you know, really add up and, you know, chip your health down. See, like that didn't pick her up. See, this is it.
Yeah.
If I could have got my full Gleaming Blade in, see, watch it knocks her down again. If I could have just kept that chain going, that would have been funny.
Those imps are really annoying. Like, you know when they get you with that uppercut move they have? Like, it's
yeah.
funny because it doesn't really do a lot of damage. It just takes a long time. It's like when the soldiers do their grab, you know? Like, it's not that it does a lot of damage, it's just, it takes a long time. You just have to kind of watch. Like, when you get beat up. It's like, oh, man.
Well, here I think I've shown that twice I went to go pick her up with the XY, XXXX, and it didn't pick her up. So, you know, if you can stick with the Gleaming Blade, whenever you knock her down, if you can roll into it, I really think that, you know, is probably the safest move.
One thing worth mentioning too, actually, it's really worth doing in this mission, and CG1 actually, if you're really struggling with the minions, for like them getting on top of you, when you get into the later waves, just leave the first set alive. Yeah. And like having the brown imps around, yeah, it's annoying, but it's nowhere near as annoying as having 3 cat fiends around. You know, like you can just kind of leave that first wave alive and just focus on the boss. It makes it a little bit less stressful.
Well, this isn't the one with my score, because I know 700 is kind of the standard if you're going to beat that, but I wasn't happy with a couple things. Again, it kind of confuses me when I'm trying to jump away and it jumps back into it. You see how the camera was just rotating all over the place when she was flying around. I don't know how you get out of doing that, but I've always had problems with it. I think this is the one where I finally beat her. And other than one thing, it all went pretty good, kind of how you want it to go. But again,
yeah, so right here, like, here's a really good opener. But if you want to, like, one of the ways you can open it, it's one of my preferred ways to open the mission. If you just jump, like, take a couple of steps at the start, jump forward, and then Gleaming Blade, 9 times out of 10, your Gleaming Blade will hit Nicchae, and then the brown imp will jump out of the way, and then you've done, like, a good chunk of damage to her, but you've left the brown imps fine, and then, as I said, you know, you want to just focus on Nicchae after that. You've only got brown imps to worry about, which aren't as big of a deal.
well, the reason I quit doing that is because we've talked about it plenty of times. That was a little unlucky right there.
It is lucky that swipe.
There it is again.
Though.
Yeah. Tried to jump away and jump back into it because of the camera angle. But I have a hard time going straight. I mean, I've said it all the time. So I'd always jump to the left or the right, not straight at her. I don't know what it is. So that's the reason I just flying swallow into her and then back, you know, the other way too. Again, I should have pressed Y. That was a little bad. Maybe that would have, you know, saved me a little damage. But I do have the tranquility on. But, you know, trying to
Dean Cena's the dead guy.
Right. I mean, I get some extra points out of it. But, you know, gosh, I already forgot what we were talking about because I'm looking at this. How that didn't feel. I really thought that was going to knock her down. And I really take some chances here. If she'd gone back and done fireballs or something with me committing to a move, I mean, I jumped the wrong way towards her. Everything just kind of spelled disaster. But again, you can see the difference versus all the ETs and UTs I had and some extra health that the tranquility provided. It really adds to your score. I'm just glad that's over with. So that's it for this one, guys. Hope it helped out. Please let us know if you have any questions on these missions. Hopefully we can answer them too. We'll see you later.
See you next time, guys.